Hey guys, and welcome back to another episode in my Minecraft survival world. And today we're going to be doing some pretty epic things around my base area, and it's going to involve adding a few aesthetic changes to the base area and creating a few different things to just spruce up this place and make it look a whole load better. Now you're probably thinking, this is what I did in a few episodes ago. I think it was like 3 episodes ago. I did something similar, but trust me, this is going to be completely different. I'm going to do much bigger changes than I did in that episode. The ones in that one were pretty small, pretty insignificant almost, even though they did make a little bit of a change. But this time I'm really going to go for it. I'm really going to make some big changes, and the whole reason for this is that I've been in this area for such a long time now, and I've been doing different things, and quite recently I've kind of been feeling that it's lacking something pretty vital, not violent. No, it's violent enough with all of those creepers going around, but that's part of the problem as well. I'm also going to add some cool lighting solutions around the place. I mean, I've already got some of the redstone lamps and the lampposts in, but I'm also going to be adding in some glowstone and things like that, but I'll get to that a little bit later. But back to the point, yeah, this place has been lacking something, and I've been here for so long, so I'm kind of used to all of the plain and simple scenery and everything that we have around. I'm kind of used to all of the different buildings and things that we have around, and I've kind of got bored of it. I kind of think that there's a lot more that I could do with this area. There's a lot more that I could add to it, and I was just watching a few episodes of Mumbo Jumbo and Asumavoid, their Hermitcraft series, and the Hermitcraft server. It looks so amazing, just because of the different creative, amazing people who play on it, and they do so many different things, so many different projects, but they just make the area look so nice and appealing. And that's what I want to do to my base area here. So I've actually already started progress for this one, and I've gone down to the nether. I think I've got myself about 5 stacks of glowstone, which is a completely insane amount. But one more thing before I actually start gathering together some resources and figuring out exactly what I want to do, because this was a pretty impulsive idea, so I'm going to have to do that. I'm just going to say that my voice is a little bit kind of messed up right now, and you probably noticed that in the video. Hopefully it's not too much of a problem. But yeah, my voice is a little bit messed up. I do have a little bit of a sore throat, like I did towards the end of the last episode. But now it's kind of more pronounced, and that may be a little bit of a problem for the episode, but hopefully it shouldn't make too much of a difference. So yeah, if you're still wondering what exactly I'm going to be doing, it's in areas like this, which just lacks so much. I mean, this place just looks so boring to me, and maybe it's because I've been here for such a long time, and don't get me wrong, I'm really happy with all of these builds and things, and the amount of decoration and depth that I've added in them, especially that crazy watchtower over there. But everything looks just a little bit isolated, and things don't look natural, and that's what I kind of hate in Minecraft. And I realize that that's the one thing that is present all over my base area. So if we take a look at all of the grass here, we've got it all plain, and there's even some stone in the corner here, and even up here, I mean, there's a little bit of grass, but there's not much. And down on the other side, that is the real worst part. We pretty much have absolutely nothing there. And for a long time I've wanted to build something here, and I probably will in the end, but I just want to add in some trees and some foliage and some stuff like that just to the area to fill things up a bit, even bone meal down some of the grass. But not only that, I kind of want to come up with a theme or a detailed kind of plan of how to have the paths winding through loads of trees and things, and make things look a little bit more natural, a little bit cooler. I think also one thing that I'm going to do in this episode is something that's been pending for a long time, which is going over to my cactus farm and extending the storage system, because that thing is still broken. I never extended the storage system and fixed up all of that stuff, so I'm going to go and do that. I think that's going to be just a quick little side thing. Hopefully that won't take too long at all. I think I'm going to do it mostly off camera, but the rest of it is just going to be going around this area mainly and adding in some trees and things and coming up with a really nice kind of design to bring the place together and make a few changes around here. And also all of these torches, they just don't look too good, do they? I mean, I need to get rid of these, and I think what I'm going to do is kind of dig holes down and have glowstone in them, and then leaves over the top, and I think that will look pretty cool overall. Okay, I sure wasn't wrong about this thing producing a heck of a lot of cactus. So aside to all of the insane amounts of cactus which we now have, I've been doing a little bit of planning here, and I've figured out that we're actually going to need to take out this entire decorative bit that I've got going on here, and we're going to have to extend it a little bit and move it over just so I can fit in the new storage system for this item elevator. Another little progress update here. You can see that I've cleared out all of this area right here, and yeah, you can pretty much tell that I'm going for a pretty insane, pretty large storage system here, because as you know already, this thing does produce a lot of cactus, and that's why I'm pretty much going to need to store a lot of it. And to be honest, I don't actually even need the cactus. I don't know why exactly I'm doing this, but just for the fun of it, I'm just going to create a super large storage system right here, and that's going to involve digging out all of this area. So I've been working on this design for a while now, and it's pretty much completed, but I'm not too sure. I mean, it doesn't look as good as the original design, which obviously had less chests, but that one kind of looked better. It was kind of more dug into the hill and things like that. And well, here goes nothing. This is what I've done, and yeah, it's kind of weird. I mean, it was done kind of last night, and yeah, you know, when I'm tired at night, I'm not really sure I can build properly in Minecraft, but this kind of looks okay. I think it does the job. And to be honest, I'm not really going to be going over here much. As you can see, we've already got, yeah, about 4 stacks of cactus in there already almost. And this thing is rapid. And yeah, now the item elevator is also exposed. So before it was kind of hidden in the side of the mountain or something like that. And up here I've just kind of changed up things a little bit as well. We've got a kind of a smaller roof. But this project has taken a little bit longer than I would have wanted it to. So this was just meant to be a little side thing. And that's why I'm just going to kind of move on swiftly. And maybe I'm going to connect up this path as well, by the way, off camera. And yeah, now we can actually get on with some proper aesthetic changes in my base area. Holy moly, that is just going to be the weirdest spruce tree that I have ever bone mealed down in my life. Because, I mean, if that doesn't look like a Christmas tree, I really don't know what does. So I decided to leave in this Christmas tree kind of thing right here, and that's just because it was so remarkable. That actually just by using saplings and bone meal, the leaves sort of went all the way down to the ground, and I just had no idea that that could actually happen. I think it's quite amazing, and so just for the time being, I've actually left it in, and that's also because in the next episode, I've planned to do a little bit of a project down here. So everything past this path right here, which I'm going to extend all the way to there in just a second. Everything past that is going to be part of this project, so I'm going to build that thing in this area, and I guess just for the time being I'm just going to leave this here. I don't know why. Maybe I can use it for some inspiration in these aesthetic changes. And talking of those, I think I have a few ideas as to what to do. So first of all, I got together some resources. I went and got myself some spruce leaves, and when I say some, I mean quite a few indeed. I also obviously went to the nether and got some glowstone earlier on in the episode, and I got myself some stone and things like that. So you see, I've got all of the resources prepared, but originally I wasn't really too sure as to how to use them, how to implement this, and what to do exactly. But now I've been thinking, and I kind of have an idea. So this path, like I said, I'm going to extend it over to there, just so I can split up the area a little bit. And I think that is my plan, just to split up the area into smaller and smaller parts, just so I can add in more aesthetic detail in each individual part and things. And that's going to involve, for example, creating a little bit of a fence or maybe a hedge or something like that around here, and sort of going around this way and then leaving some space in between this path and that, and then going that way and then coming around the back bit here. And yeah, maybe this will work, maybe it won't, but I think the only way I can really find out is just by going ahead and placing down some blocks, which I'll do in just a second. But also, by the way, I got myself a new horse because I found this guy somewhere over there, and I was just on a little bit of an adventure looking for those spruce leaves, and I got this guy. So yeah, he's not particularly fast, to be honest. As you can tell, he's nowhere near as fast as the other guy, but he's got like one more bit of health right there, one more heart of health, so that's good. But luckily that guy is still there, inside, nice and safe and sound. He's not dying or anything just yet. But by the way, a few episodes ago, I forgot to mention the two horses which had somehow spawned in here. I wasn't really trolling you or anything. They actually were there. I saved the game and I quit. Save and quits the title, and yeah, the horse was gone. It vanished. So now, unfortunately, I'm kind of left with just one horse. It has taken me quite a while to actually make this progress, this little bit of progress right here, and yeah, I'm not really too sure about the result exactly, so let me just explain. First of all, I went around and I extended that path first of all, and then I added in this cobblestone and stone brick wall, this pretty simple wall where every 4 cobblestone wall blocks I go and add in a stone brick block. And I've got that going all the way around because it's really simple, and again I wanted to divide up the area and things like that. And now I've tried to actually get in a kind of a hedge design, and I'm not really too sure about this one. You can probably hear it in my voice. I'm a little bit unsure about whether this actually looks any good or not. And yeah, so you can see I've used dark oak wood slabs on the bottom. I've got all of these torches on spruce wood fence posts, breaking it up every so often, every time there is a stone brick block. And we've also, on the other side, we've got some spruce wood slabs instead to make it look a little bit different on the outside. And you can see that all of the fences kind of connect up with the slabs, even though they're half slabs, which is pretty cool. I thought that kind of effect would add a little bit to the whole design of things. And I'm not really sure again whether that actually looks any good or not. But I think I could go with it. I think I might be able to go with it. And I don't know whether it's just because I've been building for quite a while now that I'm just kind of going with this. But sometimes I feel that it's just good to kind of go with your gut feeling and go with your instinct, even if in the moment it kind of feels a little bit off or a little bit wrong. And sometimes you end up making something pretty awesome. So I need to go and place this slab here. And yeah, I think I'm just going to go and... Actually, that looks terrible. I think I'm just going to go and replicate this design all the way around, even though I'm pretty unsure about it. Maybe in the future I will. So I've gone around and added in that design right there, and as you can see, I actually think it looks pretty cool. Despite everything that I was saying and despite what I thought before, I actually think this design just works. And especially from the outside, as you can see, it just makes things look so much better. And splitting up the area like this, I think this idea is actually working. And as you can tell, I've also included these little things right here. So I've got these little doorways to let you go in and out easily, of course. But if I have this horse, the cool thing is I can kind of just jump over the whole fence anyway, or the hedge, whatever you want to call it. And from the inside, it looks pretty cool as well. So as you can see, I've kind of done it around the whole area here, even goes all the way down here. And on this side, it connects up to this thing right here. So it's kind of cool. We don't have to run it all the way around, but it can connect to this thing on this side. And now I think it's time to actually start filling this place up and adding in some trees and things. I think the first things that I'm going to make in this area are definitely going to be some custom trees and some maybe some cool park benches and things like that. And really, again, I've got no idea what I exactly want in this area, so it's just going to be a matter of placing down some blocks and figuring out what I want and getting a nice design going. So I've started work on a single tree, and I think I've got something going here. And yeah, just as I start recording, it starts raining, and the beautiful weather and atmosphere is just completely spoiled. But oh well, now this tree looks pretty evil compared to what it looked like before. But just imagine a nice sunny day like it was before, and you'll see that this thing doesn't look too bad. I mean, I'm not really good at all of this organic kind of random block placing kind of stuff. I'm more better at the symmetrical pillar based designs, as you can see all over the world. Well, I'm making it sound like it's a really big world, but you know, all over this area we have a really symmetrical kind of design going on. And I remember when I tried to build that tree, I think it was in episode number 3, and that took a very, very long time to get the shape right. But this one, I did one try, then I tore it down, and then I did it up again. And now I think it's looking alright, and I think I'm just going to carry on adding in the leaves and adding some more shape to this thing. And I've also got some cracked stone brick and some slabs down here just to make it look a little bit more kind of random and cracked, to make it look like these branches are kind of breaking through the soil, and there was some kind of stone here before, and I think that adds a really nice effect. I've put on some leaves, but this design definitely isn't too amazing, but I think I'm going to stick with it for the time being. Hopefully it will turn out good in the end when I look at it again another time, like the fence, the hedge that we have going around this area. And I think now I'm going to build some more of these things, but this time, since I've run out of oak leaves pretty much, I'm going to go and use some spruce leaves instead, and hopefully that will give me a little bit of a better result. And I think I'm sort of going to line up loads of these trees just in this area, and I think that's what I'm going to fill up the area with, just to add a nice aesthetic theme. And hopefully I won't go too overboard with all the trees as well. Maybe I'll leave them a little bit sparsely away from each other at the same time, and I think I've just got to figure out all of that kind of stuff now. So after doing all of this progress, I definitely have a lot to show you and a lot to talk about, so I'm going to get straight on with it before we run out of time for this episode. So that's the first tree which you saw me build, and then I built quite a few more. I think I built about 4 more trees altogether, so 3 of them are here, and that one is not completely built yet, so I'm going to have to do that a little bit later. But first of all, we have this big giant tree right here, which I kind of built by hand. I didn't use the saplings and then edit the tree or anything like that, although that is a pretty cool idea as well. But I kind of just built this one straight up, and I'm just going to say this, for all of these trees I'm really not sure about how they look, and yeah, I'm kind of doubting my ability to do anything organic, because I have so little experience in doing organic things like this and asymmetric random leaf block placing and things, but I'm kind of just going with it, kind of just rolling with it, and not worrying too much about how things look for now, because it's hard to know where to improve. So yeah, we've got this really nice trunk here as well on this one. I really like the way it turned out with how it kind of curves to the right, and it looks quite realistic in that sense. But everything else is a little bit messed up with each and every one of these. So we've got this one over here as well. I've tried to kind of mix and match the logs and the leaves. So I've got spruce and spruce here, but I think on that one over there, I've used oak, dark oak, and oak leaves, and I've used oak and oak here. So I've kind of just gone with the same ones, to be honest. But I think here I'm going to use dark oak and spruce leaves, so I'm going to mix things up a little bit. I don't know if I've already mentioned, but I've got all of the glowstone underneath these leaves and things to light everything up. So you can see we've got no torches around here, which is pretty awesome. And I'm also planning to kind of bone meal up this area and add in a few leaves and add in a path or a few paths to all of these gates. And I'm also going to like make them with gravel and sort of randomized paths with slabs and things, and not kind of straight edged ones like we have outside this area. So I also have this tree here. I almost walked straight past that one, and I think this one is pretty much the best one of the lot, probably, or maybe it's not. Maybe I've just been looking at it for too long, but I kind of like the way it is. And yeah, again, I've used dark oak wood, and or is this spruce? I think it's dark oak wood actually, yeah, and some oak leaves, so that looks pretty cool. Also going over here, I was actually planning to build a kind of a trapdoor, a redstone trapdoor here, so I wouldn't just fall straight through like that, like I just did. But now I'm not really too sure, and I think I've just cleared out this entire area so I could have built that thing. Because it would make a big difference. It would make it a lot easier to get down into this area, and if I added a slime block launcher to it too, it would make it easier to get out as well. But to be honest, I don't think it's going to be really practical, because from the designs that I've seen, you kind of have to flick a lever, and that means that it would be open for as long as you're out here. Then you'd have to use the slime block launcher, get out, and then flick the lever again. But then if you have like a horse, like that guy, who is probably going to demonstrate what I'm going to say right now, or maybe not, but yeah, they're just going to walk straight through and fall down here, and once they're down here, you can't get them back up again, because there's no kind of path or anything. There's no stairs to get them back up, so that's pretty bad. So I decided to just keep that as a room, and I think I'll just expand my storage out that way and create some extra rooms. Maybe I'll add a brewing station over there, but also you've probably noticed straight away we've got a few different things going on in this area. So I've gone and added some carpet down on the floor here, and I've also got these. I kind of extended the fence posts and added some cobblestone walls at the top just to give a nice little design. And I think all of these little touches like this just transform the place a little bit and make it look a little bit different, because like I say, I've been in this area for quite a long time now, and a few small changes like this really do go a long way. Things are looking even better than they were before, because I think I'm really getting into the organic building style, and you're probably going to notice that with these paths that I've created, which, to be honest, they look pretty awesome. And it's pretty much only the second type of path that I've tried. So before, I tried to include some cobblestone slabs and things like that in there, and now I'm pretty happy with this design. And it's really cool because you won't actually fall down into the blocks ever, because there are stairs right here, so it won't kind of disrupt your walking pattern either, which is pretty cool, because that's something that I wanted in the paths. Originally I tried using some spruce wood slabs and things, and that meant that you kind of dipped up and down, and that was kind of annoying. So it's good that I've chosen to go with something like this. Also, I've added some vines around the place just to add in some extra detail. I got those from over there in my giant tree. I think I had some vines growing down from the branches. And I also created this little mini pool here with some nice lily pads and some sugarcane right here. And I've also got some string on top of these, which is a really cool technique that you can use to stop these things from actually growing higher than you want them to. So these are going to stay like that forever, and I find that really amazing because you can really barely see that string, and you pretty much can't see it. So I really love that idea, and I think I've seen a lot of people like false symmetry and people who are good at organic stuff doing that technique. I've always seen that being used, and yeah, this path has really just added so much more to this area. And I think I've only got a few little things to do. Actually, there's one thing which I haven't mentioned, which is just this little random thing which I've created. It's a nice bed out here, so you don't have to go all the way down into the basement over there to go to sleep. It makes it a lot easier. But it's kind of like, originally I was going to have a kind of a palanquin or something, or a roof over this, but I kind of wanted to add just another feature to the area really, but something that would also be a little bit useful. So in the end I just went for this kind of little wooden structure, which kind of looks like a little platform almost, and then I just put these beds on top of it, and now it's going to be pretty useful since I won't have to go all the way down to go to sleep. So all of the aesthetic changes in this area have been made, and you can tell that it's looking pretty spectacular. We've done so much in this episode, and I'm just really happy with all of the results, because of course I set out to make this area look better. It was so boring, and we've really changed that. Just take a look around and you can just see in one episode we've managed to completely overhaul this area, and we made it completely natural, completely organic. And I really couldn't have wished for a better result, and I think I'm still going to be doing many more things similar to this in the area outside of this little box that we've created, this little hedge. And I've already got loads of plans for the next few episodes in which I'm going to be doing something similar to this, but hopefully even adding in a few new things and a few new designs. But I think that's it for today. As you can tell, we are pretty much over time for this episode, so I'm going to end it like I always do. Thank you very much for watching, and I will see you in the next one.